Good morning. This is Mike Mason from Ingram Micro in the Experience Center. And basically this is just a quick demonstration of the user count tool. So the user count tool is basically an application that Cisco offers, and you would download it here, okay, which is basically the Unified Communications Manager 8.6 utilities page. And really the purpose of the user count tool is to give you a better idea of the use and monitoring of your DLUs pre 9.0, so you can help you plan for what your DLUs will look like when you do go to 9.0. Okay, and when you actually, this tool is just purely for information. At a later time, you'd use Enterprise License Manager to actually get some of that information. Okay, so here I've actually just downloaded this file and I put it on my desktop. Okay, I unzipped it and I just fire it up. So on this particular PC, this is the first time I'm actually firing it up. It actually does want me to create a password so that it keeps this information, and I submit that, and it gives me a variety of different types of information. So this is definitely well worth reading, and it will warn you of a couple of these things again. Primarily the thing I'd keep in mind is that once you go to 9.0, you can't add any more DLUs. So it's basically giving you an idea that if you have DLUs sitting around somewhere, now would be the time to go ahead and add them. So I'll just click close to that. Okay, so we want to go ahead and add a system. Okay, so I'm just going to put in the IP address of my main communications manager. And then we can go ahead and test that connection. Hit OK, and there we go. Okay, now I could go ahead and edit this information right now. Okay, and I can also go ahead and add another one. So I'm actually going to add a demo one. I do have the same credentials, so I just test, hit OK, and now I have two different communication managers set up. Okay, so just two different clusters, and I could basically generate a report. Okay, in this case I've chosen both of those, and here I get that that message again about, hey, install all your DLUs or else you won't be able to use them anymore. Okay, so it essentially does a breakdown for me for each system. So for my one system that has some real licenses on there, you know, it's breaking down basically what my usage is. So 3 essentials, 2 basic, 74 enhanced, etc., etc. So I'm using about 357 of my DLUs. Okay. Well, I have 357 that are unused actually. Okay, and then it basically allows me to go ahead and make changes. So for simplicity here, let's just include one of these in the report. So first let's include my bigger system. Okay, I'll regenerate the report. Okay, and here I have a choice of looking at what I want the recommendations to be. So since I have 357 DLUs, okay, I can go ahead and it breaks down based upon my actual usage, you know, how many essential licenses I would be using, basic, enhanced, etc., etc. Okay, so I can break this down into UCL or into cool licensing. Okay, and then it makes a recommendation, and I could follow that recommendation. Okay, or I could make up new things. Okay, and it basically, based on the inputs that I have, will tell me how much I have. So here, you know, I put in some high numbers, and it's in the negative. So if I ran a compliance check right now, it would actually fail. Okay, so here I want to go. I'm going to leave it. Actually, go negative 20. Okay, now I have plenty of DLUs remaining. Okay, and now I could add 20 of these, 20 of these. Okay, essentially until I run out of DLUs. Okay, Okay, I can run a compliance check as long as this number down here is in the positive. Compliance check will be good. And at here I can basically print this off into a document, or I can actually go ahead and save it. It'll save as a CSV file. Okay, and it'll basically have this same information in that kind of file. So if I make some changes, I can go ahead and roll with those. When I actually run the ELM utility, I can do that. So just to show you how it's coming to some of these numbers, let's go ahead and now switch off, and let's take a look at just my other system. Okay, we'll generate the report on that. Okay, now this is real simple. This is a phone system. I just have 3 phones connected to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log into that system. Okay, and the 3 phones, I'll go device. Nope, it's thinking about it. It doesn't like something. Alright, well maybe we'll use IE here and jump into it. Okay, so log on to the call manager. Look at my phones. Okay, in this case I only have 3 phones, and really it's a 6911, a 3905, and a 7975. Okay, so if I kind of take back here, essentially we got essential, basic, enhanced. Okay, now if I made some sort of change about how I do my users, it would reflect here. Okay, or I can just go ahead and manually make changes here. So if I went into this 3905, for instance, and I added one of the other users to own this device, okay, so JBlue happens to already own the 7975. Okay, I just apply that config. Now when I go back and I refresh the report, instead of 1 essential, 1 basic, 1 enhanced, okay, it should give me a different value, because now I have an enhanced plus user, because I have 1 user, John Blue in this case, who's actually controlling 2 devices. Okay, so that's what the system's doing. It's reading what you have, how you have users associated with devices and features, what types of phones they are. Okay, and it shows you the data here. Okay, and then here you can plan out how many of these different types of users that you'll have when you, at the end of the day, when you do upgrade and you use the license manager utility. Okay, and that is what the license account utility is for.